Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking to you about how you can get super cheap flights to anywhere in the world. I'm going to be talking about two different methods. The first one can be used by anyone, and the second one can only really be used by people in the UK. So let's get started. Obviously, with coronavirus at the moment, things are a little bit tricky with flights, but these methods work all the time. They're not sort of super cheaper because of COVID or anything like that. I've been using these for years and it always works. I recently booked flights to Mexico from the UK for under £300 in sort of prime time holiday season. I once booked a flights for 2 pence, 0.02 pound, basically less than a pound, for 2 flights to Austria, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. But anyway, let's get started. What is the first method? And we are going to be talking about Google Flights. Skyscanner has something similar, but I usually prefer using Google Flights because of their useful little map feature that they have. But either one works, but Google Flights I think is better. So what you do, you just go on Google Flights and you go on to Explore Destinations. And what this will do is it will come up with all of the cheapest flights within the next 6 months to various destinations. For example, I can fly to Italy for £18, Athens for £16, Istanbul, Vienna for £20, so really cheap. And you can zoom out and look around the world, and sort of Cape Town for £300, Rio for £300, New York for £200, £250, sort of Singapore, Bangkok, all of that for £300. So what I like to do is I like to find where it looks like the cheapest. So for example, say I want to go to Asia, I will look and I will see, right, where is a cheap date to fly to Asia? Hong Kong, £330, March 11th. That seems pretty decent, right, in kind of Easter period. So then I click on that and I can see, right, a round trip is £336, and what you can then do is go on to something like Skyscanner and type in March 11th to 20th, London to Hong Kong. For example, right now I am on Skyscanner. I've typed in March, London to Hong Kong, and now we can search and it will come up with all of the best deals. And a really useful thing on Skyscanner is to go on the calendar, and what this does is it shows you the very cheapest times to leave and return. For example, in March it's all pretty similar, leaving all like 169, which is fine, but then returning again, it's all pretty similar, surprisingly. Usually it's kind of varies quite significantly. Okay, so 5th to the 12th, 160, show flights 335, so a tiny bit cheaper maybe than what Google Flights was suggesting. Say we wanted to go in June, we then type in June 160, Tuesday the 1st, and then return 160 Tuesday the 8th, and that's sort of 320. So you guys get the idea. I like to use Google Flight Map to see where is the cheapest areas to travel at the moment and what kind of month is the cheapest, and then I go onto Skyscanner calendar and see the exact dates that are cheapest, and then I can go and find the right flights that I want. Anyway, the second thing I want to talk about is Jack's Flight Club. Now again, I think this only really works if you live in the UK, but what you do is you literally go onto jacksflightclub.com, you type in your email, and so once a week they will send you cheap flights to your email. So they like scan the internet for the best deals, if any airlines running some promotion, if there's some really cheap flights for some reason, if there's like a mistake flight, which sometimes they have, all of that they will email you. You can also sign up for a premium, which I have, which is sort of like £30 a year or something. It's quite cheap, and then they send you like multiple emails a week, so they just send you more. But you don't have to do that, you can just do the free one. So let me show you a few examples of the types of flights I have got. So recently they sent an email around that British Airways were doing 20% off everything if you typed in the little discount code. And so for example, fly to Mexico for less than £300. You can fly to New York for almost less than 200. Europe's really cheap. You could fly to sort of Cape Town for 300, which is ridiculous. Sort of Miami for 250. Really, really good deals. And that's just one example. Anyway, let me show you what I was talking about before. So I managed to get flights to Vienna for 2p, 2 pence. And I actually got two of them, one for me, one for my girlfriend, so it was 4 pence, which is ridiculous. And it was in like prime summer as well. Now, this is obviously quite rare, but I think the airline was doing some sort of deal to promote their new flight. So anyway, you just have to log on and you can get the flights for like 1p go and 1p return. So yeah, it was pretty ridiculous, but it wasn't a scam. I went. Yeah, it all worked out pretty well, so I was very pleased with that. And obviously, again, you're not going to get 2p flights all the time, but they do send you some fun little things, and even if it's sort of £50 to somewhere in Europe rather than £100, you know, you're saving money. So yeah, those are my 2 quick tips for getting super cheap flights. Hope you guys have found it useful. Make sure you subscribe for more money saving tips and money making guides as well. Thanks for watching, and until next time, see ya.